Now, when I tell you this was too good, I'm telling you, if you haven't had you a shrimp foil packet yet, you got to go ahead and make one. Let me show you how I did it. So first I went on ahead and got me a potato, and you want to make sure you wash your potato off real good. Wash it off, wash it down good. And then we're going to go ahead and cut up our potato. I don't mind having potato skin when I'm having roasted potatoes, so I left the skin on there. If you want, you can go ahead and take your skin off, and then we're going to go ahead and start chopping up our potato. This is how I cut my potato. I sliced it down the middle in half, sliced it down in half again, and then I went across. Now, while I'm cutting my potatoes, I went on ahead and got me a big pot, put some water in there, some salt in there, and I let that to boil. While I'm going ahead waiting for that water to start boiling, we're going to go ahead and start cutting up some onions. So we have this red onion right here. So I'm going to go ahead, peel that off, and slice it up nice and thin. Now, if you want to keep you from crying, make sure you take that onion and run it under some cold water. That is the key when cutting onions, to make sure that your eyes is not running, y'all, because when I tell you onions will make you cry, they will make you cry. Now, while I'm going ahead slice up my onions, went on ahead, it was time to drop my potatoes in the water. And in addition to dropping my potatoes in the water, I went on ahead and dropped 3 eggs in there as well, because we're going to add some eggs inside the shrimp foil packet once it is ready. Now that I have those ingredients boiling, we're going to go back to cutting up our other ingredients, which is going to be some fresh garlic. I went on ahead and got about 4 things of garlic, because I'm only making 1 packet for myself. Everybody else in the house has already eaten. So we're going to go ahead and get that, and I'm just going to do a rough chop. I'm not going to chop it up too small. I'm not going to chop it up too big. We're just going to do a nice rough chop on that. Something similar to this. Now, if you want, you can substitute this. If you don't have it, or you just don't feel like chopping up fresh garlic, you can use garlic that's in the jar, or you can also use garlic powder. Whatever you have in your house, you go ahead and make it work. Now that our potatoes is done, I'm going to go ahead and get me a pan. I'm going to line it up with some foil, and then I'm going to go ahead and drop those potatoes in there. So they just came from boiling. The reason why you see my potatoes are steaming is because I decided to pre-cook them, because the shrimp are going to cook faster than the potatoes are. So I wanted to go ahead and start cooking them first. After that, I went on ahead and put my shrimp on top of those potatoes, and as you can see, those shrimp are big, y'all. So we are using some tiger shrimp, wild caught tiger shrimp that I got from my local seafood market. So those are the shrimp that you see. That's why they are that big, because they are jumbo size. Now, while I was making this, I was sitting there talking to myself, debating with myself how much shrimp I should use. I decided that I was going to go ahead with 8, which in the end, I should have just used 4, because I was not even able to finish it. I had to put it in the fridge for later. So I went on ahead and added in that garlic, and then we're going to add in those onions as well. And now we're going to go ahead and just season everything down. Started off with a little bit of paprika, because your girl like her some paprika, and I like the color that it actually brings to the food. It's like a good addition to certain dishes. After that, I went on ahead and added in some parsley, because you gotta have parsley. After that, we got that garlic and herb Old Bay, because what go better with seafood than Old Bay? And garlic and herb goes great with seafood and potatoes. Added in some of that roasted garlic and herb just because I can. And after we got that in there, we're gonna go ahead and give this a good mix. Once you get everything mixed up, all that seasoning all over everything, or the flavor all over everything, it should look something like this. And I decided to go ahead and add in some frozen veggies that I had in the freezer, because you know the temperature outside is younger than me, and I am just working with whatever we have in the house. I'm not going outside to buy anything. Added some sticks of butter, some butter on top, and I used a whole stick of butter. And after we get that done, we're just going to wrap it up, close that foil, and you can go ahead and stick it in your oven. I put mine on 450. This is how it look, guys. Absolutely delicious. 450 in the oven, and when it was done, it looked like this. When I tell you, it was so good. I couldn't even finish it. I had to put it in the fridge. I could not. This was so much food. It was absolutely delicious. If you haven't made you a shrimp foil pack yet and you come across this video, that is a sign for you to go ahead and make you one. And if you guys are loving these videos, don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you give me a like, drop me a comment in the comment section, and share this video out to somebody who may like it. Bye, besties.